do this to instantly know how to make gospel beats. So for this one, we're just going to go with 120 BPM, and then the key of this song is on C major. So we're going to start with this melody and then we begin to build on it. As you can see, the metronome. So what I'm going to do next is to have this guy, this one, just to, to support the melody right there. All right, so this one is literally playing this. All right. So, of course, everything here is what I did here. I just extracted to a WAV file and disable the plugin. Okay. The next one is to have this shaker. And literally, this is what I did, There's nothing much. I just play it on the MIDI keyboard. So what I did next is to have this guy, from here. So this one is on track 2. All right. So if you go to the mixer, I just pan it to the right. All right, 100% right. So for the shaker, I just did little automation. All right. So for the shaker, let's see what happens. Let me forward this. But when it gets there, you see that I just pan it to the left. Okay. And how did I do that? Pretty simple. So what I did is just to highlight this section that I needed. That's the first thing you want to do right there. All right. And then let me just reset this one. Just right click and then you see create automation. All right. So once you create the automation, it's going to be here. As you can see, this is the new one we just created. And then from here, you can just create your curve. Okay. So literally that's what I did right there. Now, the next thing is to have this one. And then add another strings. All right. So literally that's what I did right there. And then from here, I added this one. So like this one. All right. Then what I did next is to introduce the bass. Just pretty simple right there. Okay. And then we have this one. Just pretty simple. Okay. At the end of the video, I'm going to play the entire vibes. And then from there, I start to introduce more elements. And then, I had this guy, hi-hats. All right. And then we have the drums. We have something like that. So actually what I did is to create this drum pattern from my second device, my second laptop, and then extract it as a WAV file individually, the hi-hat, the key, the snare, and the toms. All right. So as you can see it right here, I named it accordingly. And then I just send it to the mixer track individually. Okay. So that I can process it. All right. So literally that's the idea. And then let's enable the drums. So that's it. Now, as you can see, I begin to introduce different instruments. Literally, that's what I did. All right. So this is the foundation of the song. The body of the song is just from here to here. What I did is just to duplicate it here, as you can see it. and then I duplicate it here as well, and duplicate it here as well, and add some little elements, and you just change it a little bit just to make everything awesome. So guys, literally that's what I did right there. And then the instrument for this one, of course, I make use of, this is piano, grand piano, all right. And then for this one, the same grand piano, and I send it to the same track, track 4, this one to track 4, so that we can have the same velocity and the same loudness. Okay. And then this one, I just use shaker to create that. Pretty simple. I just use a shaker to do that. All right, as you can see it. Now the next one, of course, the instrument that I used for this one, which is this guy, that's what I used to create that one. I haven't said that. And then we have the strings. Of course, use your strings. Now, so the one I use right now for this one is bell strings. Okay, as you can see the name, any strings, use any pads of your choice. It's not necessary you have to use what I used. Okay, but of course you get the idea. This one is the guitar. Okay, it's a very powerful instrument, which is this guy, ample guitar. I love this one. It's very rich. It's a pro sound, very rich. And then having said that, so what I did is just to arrange it, and then when you had all these drums, pretty simple. I'm gonna play everything right now. Let me just show you guys what I did. It's just to, of course, as you can see it, I gain stage a little bit, as you can see it right here in the channel rack. I gain stage a little bit, and then I send all of them to the mixer. Okay, then haven't I done that? As you can see it, I just arrange the volume accordingly how I want it to be. Okay, and then I just added some, little touch just to mix it a little bit. This should be another tutorial on itself. That is mixing. Okay, now I'm gonna make another tutorial, but let me know in the comment section. If you want to learn how I mix everything accordingly, how I process them, and how I mix them, leave a comment in the section, and then I'll try as much as possible to run a tutorial on that in details, how I mix all of them and combined all of them to become one, and most importantly, how I master them. Okay, so I'm going to run a tutorial on that, but I don't want this video to be too long. Okay, but let me know in the comment section. So what I'm going to do right now is to play the entire song as we take a listen. When it comes to gospel production, the instruments, your VSTs, the one you select is very important when it comes to gospel production. Your sound selection is very important. Okay, as a gospel producer, sometimes you may want to listen to your top favorite gospel artists. Take for instance, Dunsi Oyekon, Nathaniel Bassi. You want to listen to their production. Look at the sound combination and all that, and then you try as much as possible to want to reproduce it. And before you know it, that's how you improve yourself. You look at those top artists, the collection of sounds that they use to produce their song, and then you want to try as much as possible to rebrand it. Okay, first off, try to recreate it, and then how can you improve it, on what they've done. All right, so that's how you improve yourself. And the more you do it, the more you get better. Until the next one, stay creative.